So everybody's trying to find that next 100x token that's going to take them from rags to riches, and we've recently just bought the most hyped up meme coin, and we really believe that this is the one that's going to get us there. You watch as it generates you 10, 20, maybe even 30% every day, until all of a sudden you're down 30% from where you should have cashed out, and you're stuck debating whether you should sell or keep on holding out for the next all-time high. In the crypto market, these pullbacks are very common, and it's going to cost you thousands of dollars if you don't play this right. So today we're going to discuss what we should be focusing on and understanding how we can avoid making massive mistakes with these moonshots. So I've seen other people using this, and it's actually a really good visual. So if you look at the crypto bubbles, and overall it's pretty red 24 hours, but we do have a few little positives sprinkled in there. So if we take CFX for example, so they're on a green 24 hours, and maybe we have been making some reasonable gains in our portfolio recently, but suddenly we're no longer just happy with making that 11% gains. We want to see 30% or maybe even higher. So this is when we become inclined to look for the more degenerate plays and the riskier plays that are being spoken about. And this is because we're chasing the constant dopamine hit. But then the loop replays itself with these coins, and they have a pullback, and we are straight back to looking for the next 100x. So the thing with cryptocurrency investing, and I think a lot of people forget this, is that yes, we have the opportunity to make life-changing gains, but with life-changing gains, there's also the possibility of life-changing losses. So first of all, what we need to stop doing is just blindly paying attention to anybody who is shouting out coins without any real understanding of what is behind that coin and what might be causing it to pump. There's obviously some huge influencers who do have the ability to move the markets on the smaller market cap cryptos, and this can pose a problem for us smaller investors. Now, a good way to be able to roughly work out if there are new people coming into the crypto space is by using Google Trends. So this might seem a little bit random, but when new people are coming into anything really, what's the first place that they go to? They go to Google and they search for it. So it's interesting if you take a look at who has been searching for things like Bitcoin, because this is the first cryptocurrency that most people look into when they are new. So if we look at Google Trends over the past 5 years, and we can see obviously when the previous bull run hit, and we can see this massive spike in the search volume. So this is when pretty much everybody and their granny was hearing about cryptocurrency. So this is a really good indicator of when newer people are coming into the market. So this was pretty much when the bull run first started to take off, and we had this huge spike here, and it was pretty consistent through the whole bull run that there was a high search volume on it. And then obviously as the bear market came into play, the searches for this just died down, and it's remained pretty low ever since. So I'm showing you this because if there is no new people in the space, then everybody who wants to buy into whatever coin will be buying it, and once they've bought it, people start to sell and take profits as the price increases on this. So the issue that we face is that if there's no new people that are coming into the market and people are selling, then obviously the price of this will start to drop. Now, unlike in bigger market cap coins that have the utility or the narratives behind them, they pretty much have the project backing up the price. The latest meme coin that doesn't have any narrative or utility behind them and are running purely on hype or because a huge influencer has mentioned them once they've had their initial pump, that's kind of all they really do, and the price drops, and then the dopamine hunters are off looking for their next hit on this. So we can see this pretty well with Dogecoin. We can see that it got this huge pump here. So I think this was roughly when Elon Musk first mentioned it on Twitter, and then it dies off as profits were obviously taken, and it's not done a great deal ever since, and a lot of people have lost interest on this. So absolutely everybody was jumping on the Dogecoin train, myself included, when Elon Musk mentioned it, and it went absolutely insane. But once you rode this initial wave here and it starts to pull back, do you know what to do in that situation if you're a new investor? Because I didn't. I held it. I can't remember where I held it to. I did end up making some profits on it, but I was holding this for ages because I didn't realize that when it went up, it wasn't going to go up forever. So you can be left wondering, especially with projects like these, like you don't know, are they just pumping dumps? Is it a rug pull? And this is because you don't actually know anything about the project. You jumped in on the hype train, we never did any research on it, and now we're just kind of left standing in the dark a little bit. So before we go crazy investing in meme coins, we need to know exactly what it is that they do, and if they don't do anything at all, then we need to have a very well thought out exit plan for it. And one thing to remember is that if it has been pumping for a few weeks, then maybe it is not the time to be jumping in on any of these coins. If you really need to be chasing these crazy pumps, wait for the next one that has been spoken out by the likes of Alex Becker. But when everyone is talking about it, try and find out why they're talking about it. Find the original video that's been spoken about But if it was within the last week, you're just going to be the exit liquidity for everyone that was buying before the pump. Now, another really interesting thing that we can use is called token terminal. So you can use this to look at things like the fees being generated by each coin, which is a really good indicator of where people are buying. So obviously Ethereum has generated the most fees, and this is filtered over the last 24 hours, and they generated 3.8 million in fees. So you can also check out the active daily users, which is really interesting. So this could be a great tool when you're looking for projects to invest in. Now, the one thing that we can be certain on are the coins that are making revenue and that are gaining users all the time will actually continue to survive and won't take such a hard hit compared to those coins that you know and I know that everyone just aped into without even knowing what it is. So these are the coins that crash back down aggressively. So I'd say that if you know how to play the game with the more kind of degenerate coins, then they can make you some serious profit fast and then go for it. But if, like me, you don't really know too much about them, you don't know how to time the market properly, I would give them a wide berth and keep your cash safe. Now, a lot of these Moonshot coins, they are not available in the most common exchanges. So if you don't know where to buy a coin, you can go into somewhere like CoinMarketCap. And if you scroll down, it shows you here. So obviously this is just, I'm just using Dogecoin as an example. You can come down here to see which markets these are available on. So this is all of the Dogecoin markets. So it's on Binance, it's on Coinbase, it's on Bybit, it's on Gate, Qcoin, Kraken. It is on all of the common ones. But for the kind of newly launched coins and the microcaps, they often are not available on the big exchanges. So this can be a really useful place to see if you want to buy them. Now, if you are determined to be chancing these 100, 150x coins, there are a few tips that I have come across that can help you to do this a little bit more successfully. Now, remember not to take too much risk. I'd say only ever allocate maybe 2% of your portfolio on the really crazy kind of risk investments. But rule number one on increasing your chances of success is be ready to fail many times. In spite of your best efforts, things can and they definitely will go wrong. There are airdrop rewards, DeFi farms, they're all going to disappoint you and you'll probably lose money on them. And the secret gem that you found and bought early could well go to zero because it's happened to all of us. But we need to take the mistakes and we learn from them to help us get better at the game. Now, number two is always take profits. I feel like I say this in every video. I feel like I've said it since I first came onto YouTube, but taking profits is the most important thing to do. And it's even more important with the risky projects. Nothing that you see, the little numbers on the screen that are moving, none of it is real until you hit the sell button. But this is the hardest part for many investors as we want to keep on believing that the pump will go up forever. But what goes up must come back down and a lot of people will get caught short with this. So realistically, by the end of the cycle, we shouldn't have many altcoins left. We should have been taking out profits on all of them, with maybe just a few Moonshot bags that we have left in there. Now, number three is that we need to rebalance our portfolio. So there's going to be some duds in there that we need to get rid of and add them onto our winners. So there's probably some random coin that you've bought that will pump like crazy, and what was 1% of your portfolio is suddenly 20% in a few days because of the pumps. So you want to be taking aggressive profits off of this and rotate it back into your safer plays. So I'd make sure that the crazy shots that you have out there, the crazy coins, they're always the smallest part of your portfolio, so we need to have them at reasonable levels where you can feel comfortable in holding them. And the main thing with this is absolutely your risk management on it. So I'm obviously just a very, very small fish in a very big pond when it comes to investing. But personally, I tend to try and stay away from the kind of the meme coins, the hype coins, just because I do not trust myself to be able to sell when the markets are up. But I do understand that there is money to be made in them, so I'm looking to hopefully be able to allocate a very small percentage, probably around about the 2% that I said, to kind of riskier plays to see if we can get that Moonshot, and I'll just need to trust myself that I will be able to sell when time is right. So hopefully you found this video useful. Drop a comment below if you did, and I will see you the next time. Bye.